There are times in life when you have a passion to try something new, or maybe you just don't know what you want. For the last 40 plus years, the Carpenter's Boat Shop in Bristol has been helping people chart their course by showing them how to build small boats. The teaching has often included tools for the spirit as well as for the hands. 207's Don Kerrigan visited the shop, and the man who started it and who is still there as a volunteer showing the way.
Close enough that it's a pencil distance away, because now you're going to do the real deal.
Even small boats can teach big lessons. At the Carpenter's Boat Shop, Bobby Ives has been proving that for more than 4 decades.
Is it still rewarding and fun?
I love it. Yeah, it's again, I couldn't be more fortunate to be able to come to something I just love doing. Building boats, working with people, sharing in community. I'm going to take the pencil like this and go around the whole rib.
This is a week-long class learning how to build a small wooden skiff. Some students are young, some not, some local, some from away. But much of the year, as we saw back in 2012, the boat shop teaches apprentices. They come and stay for months at a time to learn the skills and absorb the lessons that Bobby Ives and others have to share.
And what I would do is just scribe it in here.
Robert Ives was a young minister and teacher on Monhegan Island, then in nearby New Harbor, who had also learned to build boats. He and his wife Ruth started the Carpenter's Boat Shop 43 years ago.
And I have to assume that the name of the organization, Carpenter's Boat Shop, must have some connection to Jesus being a carpenter.
Yes. So, indeed, Jesus was a carpenter. That is always what we strive to do, is to try to live by that simple kinds of inspiration, of kindness, of peace, of joy, of love, and of simple living in that capacity. So we try to not preach so much with words as to simply live that simple code of the peace, joy, love, forgiveness daily in our lives.
But the boat shop is not a religious organization, and Executive Director Alicia Witham says it isn't exactly a school either.
I call this a boat building program instead of a school. Can you come here and become a boat builder when you leave here? 100%.
But there's also a whole lot more than that.
A whole lot more. Yep, community living, expedition sailing, personal growth opportunities. We do a tremendous amount of service in our communities.
The heart of the program has always been the apprentice groups. This year, they will arrive in spring and stay for 9 months, learning by doing and by example. They also come for free. Weekly classes like this help to pay the bills, but also let others learn the boat building skills.
Do you expect you'll build a boat?
I expect I will. Yeah, I actually have built a small dinghy for my grandchildren, and I'm working on another boat now.
4 members of the Mitchell family came from 3 states to learn what Bobby Ives has to share.
Bobby really likes asking questions that you don't know the answer to, and he knows that you don't know the answer to. So yeah, I've never learned anything this way before. It's not intimidating, but it's really challenging in a way that's just exciting.
Bobby is incredibly gracious in his instructions, so he has this beautiful way of correcting mistakes, of which we've made many.
But he also makes it clear the lessons and the work are serious.
The bottom line is you've got to keep water out of a boat and people in the boat and the boat continuing on. So that's a strong guideline that you have to live up to.
That's pretty essential.
These boats, these little skiffs here, have saved over 6 people's lives because of different emergencies, needs, people falling overboard. And so you have to build them well, because the boat you're building may have to save a person's life.
The lessons in that, he says, extend way beyond boats and can help change lives.
And the fascinating thing for me is that the more careful you are in whether it's boat building or woodworking, the more careful you are, the more caring you become. I see it all the time. It's a wonderful way that boats really, again, we're building them, but we're also building lives. And boats are building people in the process.
Most who go through these programs, especially the long ones, may not become boat builders. But the hope is that they have new skills, new confidence, and a new view of life that can help the world.
We try to help them to live without fear, to love without reserve, and to willingly work for the common good of others.
Sounds like a guide to life.
Well, I try to reinforce it wherever I am.
And along the way, they also create things of beauty, working with wood.
And always keep in mind that prime directive: keep the water out of the boats and keep the people in the boats. There are more week-long classes coming up at the Carpenter's Boat Shop in Bristol, and there are still a few openings for apprentices to take the 9-month-long course. This year, for the first time, it will include a multi-day open boat sailing expedition. And if you'd like to find out more about the Carpenter's Boat Shop, just head to the 207 section of our website or app. You'll find more information there.